In 2025, Formula One's grid is getting a major shakeup. It's like someone hit the randomize button on the entire sport. This chaos could be Max Verstappen's worst nightmare. After dominating recent seasons, Max now faces a perfect storm of challenges. Hamilton at Ferrari, a rookie teammate, and last year's car troubles make his path to a fifth title look more like a minefield. The anticipation is building. Will we see a new era in F1, or can Max overcome these obstacles? The upcoming season is shrouded in uncertainty, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. Want to know why this season could rewrite F1 history? Walking into the paddock on day one of testing feels like stepping into a parallel universe. Faces you've known for years wear different colors. Rookies strap into championship-contending cars. The F1 landscape has completely reshaped. Hamilton, the seven-time world champion, now wears Ferrari red. Antonelli, barely out of his teens, sits in a Mercedes that's won more titles than he's had birthdays. Lawson's gone from reserve driver to sharing a garage with Max Verstappen. These changes rewire the entire sport from the inside out. Ferrari now handles two drivers who both think they're number one. Mercedes juggles nurturing a rookie while gunning for titles. It's a high-wire act with no safety net. The reshuffle levels the playing field in ways we've never seen before. The old guard can't rely on their usual tricks. The young guns are hungry, fearless, and ready to prove themselves. In this new F1 world, experience might not be the advantage it once was. Hamilton knows every bump on every track, but Antonelli doesn't know what he doesn't know. Sometimes, that fearlessness is exactly what you need to pull off the impossible. Remember when Verstappen first hit the scene? Everyone thought he was too young, too reckless. Now he's a four-time world champion. Team dynamics are completely different. Engineers who've spent years fine-tuning their communication with one driver now have to learn a whole new language. Strategies that worked last year might as well be thrown out the window. It's back to the drawing board for everyone. This isn't just a change, it's a revolution. The teams that adapt fastest, finding that perfect chemistry between old wisdom and new energy, will come out on top. But we have no idea who that'll be. For the first time in years, we're heading into a season where the outcome feels genuinely unpredictable. And speaking of unpredictable, even Red Bull, the dominant force of recent years, faces its own set of challenges. How will they maintain their edge in this new landscape? You know, Formula One can be a real roller coaster. One minute you're on top, the next you're fighting to keep up. That's where Red Bull finds themselves as we head into 2025. Those days of Max Verstappen cruising to victory after victory, they might be over. Let's look back a bit. Red Bull ended 2024 with some big question marks. Their car, once the envy of the grid, started showing cracks. Performance issues crept in, and suddenly, they weren't looking so invincible. Max pulled off that amazing win in Brazil, but it felt more like a last hurrah than a sign of things to come. Now they're facing a season without Adrian Newey, the genius behind their success. It's like trying to bake a championship-winning cake without your secret ingredient. And it's not just about the car. Max has a new teammate in Lawson, young, hungry, and with nothing to lose. That's a whole new dynamic in the garage. But here's what's really keeping Christian Horner up at night. Everyone else is catching up. Fast. Ferrari's got Hamilton now. Can you imagine? The most successful driver of all time in that red car. Mercedes has their young gun Antonelli, and McLaren, they're not messing around either. If you only counted the races after the 2024 summer break, Lando Norris would have been world champion. That's how close it's getting. Red Bull's dominance is under threat like never before. This isn't just a speed bump, it's a mountain they've got to climb. As we look ahead to 2025, one big question hangs over everything. Is this the year Max Verstappen's crown starts to slip? He's been so dominant for so long, it's hard to imagine anyone else at the top. But that's F1 for you. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, it throws you a curveball. Lewis Hamilton in Ferrari red. It's like seeing Superman join the Justice League's biggest rival. You know it's going to be epic, but you can't help wondering, is this the dream team we've all been waiting for, or are we in for the biggest letdown in F1 history? Hamilton's got 7 world titles under his belt. That's not just good, that's legendary stuff. and now he's bringing all that experience, all that hunger to Maranello. Ferrari's been on this crazy ride lately. One minute they're flying high, the next they're scratching their heads wondering what went wrong. It's like they can't decide if they want to be champions or, well, not champions. But here's where it gets really interesting. Hamilton's stepping right into Leclerc's backyard. Two top dogs, one team. We've seen how that can go south real quick. Remember Alonso and Hamilton back in the day? Or Senna and Prost? It's like trying to fit two alpha lions in one cage. Sometimes it works, and you get this unstoppable force. Other times, it's fireworks, and not the good kind. Ferrari's got this magic about it. It's not just a team, it's like a religion. The pressure there? It's on another level. We've seen great drivers go there and just struggle. Alonso couldn't do it, Vettel couldn't do it. It's like the weight of all that history, all those expectations, it just crushes you. But if anyone can handle that pressure, it's Hamilton, right? The guy's been at the top for so long, he probably eats pressure for breakfast. But Ferrari's different. It's not just about winning races. It's about becoming part of this legacy. You're not just driving a car, you're carrying the hopes and dreams of millions of fans. So here's the million-dollar question. Can Hamilton's cool head mesh with Ferrari's burning passion? Or is it going to be like oil and water? Because this partnership, it could rewrite F1 history. We could be looking at the most dominant force the sport's ever seen. Or, and this is the scary part, it could turn into the most expensive mistake in racing history. Only time will tell. While everyone's talking about Hamilton and Ferrari, there's another story unfolding right under our noses. The rookies are coming, and they're not here to make up the numbers. 5 new faces are hitting the grid in 2025, bringing a whole new generation to F1. Take Gabriel Bortoleto. He's bringing Brazil back to F1 after 7 years. 7 years without a Brazilian driver, and this guy won Formula 3 and Formula 2 back-to-back. That's serious talent. But the real talk of the town is Andrea Kimi Antonelli. At just 18, he's stepping into Hamilton's seat at Mercedes. The pressure's immense, but Antonelli's got this quiet confidence that reminds me of a young Verstappen. He's been dominating in karting and junior formulas, showing the kind of potential that has everyone excited. Oliver Behrman at Haas and Jack Doohan at Alpine are also ones to watch. These rookies have grown up in simulators, training their whole lives for this moment. They're fast, fearless, and hungry for success. But raw speed isn't everything in F1. Can they handle the politics, the pressure, the scrutiny? That's the real test. It's one thing to be fast on a quiet track, it's another to keep your cool with millions watching your every move. These rookies aren't just fighting for points or podiums. They're fighting to be the next Hamilton, the next Verstappen. They're fighting to be the face of F1 for the next decade. So yeah, Hamilton at Ferrari is big news. But don't take your eyes off these rookies. In a few years, we might look back and realize that 2025 wasn't just about Hamilton's last dance. It was about the birth of a whole new era in Formula One. As we look ahead to 2025, it's like we're on the edge of something huge in F1. This isn't just another season. It's a revolution on wheels. New faces, new rivalries, and a playing field so level, it's scary. Legends will be made or broken. Hamilton in red, rookies in top teams, Verstappen facing his toughest challenge yet, the sport's been turned upside down. That's what makes it so exciting. In F1, anything can happen. As those lights go out in Melbourne, remember, this is the dawn of a new era. What do you think will be the biggest surprise? Share your predictions in the comments. The stage is set for unforgettable racing. Are you ready for the ride of your life?